My name is Slowed Down Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be playing the daily challenge for the 9th of March 2019, and it will be on the Silent. This is the reason I've elected to do the daily challenge yet again, because it just so happens to be the character next up in the roster. All-Star start start the run with 5 colorless cards in your deck. There's also Flight. You may ignore paths when choosing the next route to travel to, and Night Terrors. Resting at rest sites heals 100% of your max HP, but costs 5. Alright. So we get... Ooh, rough. So Finesse, fine. Dark Shackles, okay. Metamorphosis... Mayhem and I have severe disagreements about whether or not Mayhem is worthwhile. Mayhem insists it is, and I'm certain that it is, but it can also screw me over a lot of the time. And Mind Blast, innate, deal damage equal to the number of cards in your draw pile, so we definitely want to try and build thicker than we otherwise might. Alright, so we don't have to worry about paths. So that means that I want to hit like as many elites as is humanly possible for me. Like all the way up here and then jump across. That's 4 elites this floor. 4 elites this floor. How do I feel about that? How confident do I feel about that? Because I'm feeling like my confidence is probably no. That's an amount of confidence, right? The amount no. Best defense I could cobble together that turn. I'm burning out the Dark Shackles because I just want to draw some offensive cards. We have very, 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 very few aggressive cards in this deck. Because we didn't get any colorless attacks there. Whoa, what's going on with my mouse? Okay, the sensitivity on my mouse is no longer working, so I am going to be playing a little bit off kilter, to say the least here. Noxious Fumes, Infinite Blade, Skewer. Well, if Skewer is played by Mind Blast, it's a lot better. Alright, I'll take it. 50-50! Hey! Alright, we got the bird. Neat. Pleased to have it. Not really pleased to have it. Let's Metamorphosis. Okay, I guess I got something worthwhile out of that. Bunch of zero-cost attacks that I don't really care for. Hell yeah. There's all my energy back, though. My cultist, hello to endless agony here, I feel. Just need more damage. So I can stand up against all these elites. Beautiful. At the very least here, I will be able to defend myself. Cards did I end up getting? Riddle with holes? Yikes. Not great pickups. Taking all-out attack here for a little bit more AoE damage. I probably don't want to go to his shop yet. I'm amazed that we've just gotten combats, despite the fact that we've gone to a bunch of question mark rooms. I was very much hoping for non-combat things. I also shouldn't have drawn before I played the Mind Blast there, and also I had 1 extra energy that turn left over at the very end. Huh. I must have played a card that was free. Another Endless Agony. Neat. Alright, let's go for our first elite. We've just got a bunch of damage in the deck, so it shouldn't be that bad for us. So 14 for 2, this is also 14 for 2, like... I probably want to wait until I have Mayhem and Metamorphosis in play. Alright. Mayhem plays the top card of our deck. It is Defend. We get to use Metamorphosis to get not that great attacks in there, but that's okay. Do I wake up the enemy this turn? Yeah, probably. This is also the most attacks I'm going to launch in a turn, so we'll use the Steroid Potion here as well as... I guess the Masterful Stab. Not awful. Thank you for discarding a card that I didn't intend to discard, video game. Real pleased about that one. We'll end up taking 10 damage in this combat, it looks like. Yeah, just that 10. Pandib, every 10th attack you blade deals double damage, as well as Glass Knife. Beautiful. All incredible for helping us fight these elites. Do I go for Curses just to thicken up the deck so that we have more impactful Mind Blast, but also to play into the score modifier? Yeah, you know what? I'll take it. We might even later find Duvu Doll, in which case this will be a much better decision to have made. Neat. Come on! I'm pretty sure that's a bug. But Mayhem played skill from the top of my deck and it took all of my energy. Almost entirely certain it's not supposed to do that. Do need a little bit more defense in this deck, so I'm wondering whether or not I just take the Cloak and Dagger. I am very much thickening up the deck. That Mind Blast will be useful eventually. Smiling Mask, the merchant's card removal service now always costs 50 gold. So this is my third elite this floor. Then I can go for a card removal. Not a fan. Not a fan of how Mayhem is working at the moment. Or rather, not really working. Could have launched 2 attacks out that turn with the Pendib. That's entirely my bad. I have to wake up the enemy this turn, unfortunately. Neat! Just get extra energy back from the hit there. Alright, next attack is double damage. Thank you, Mind Blast. Happy Flower. Every 3 turns, gain an energy as well as dash. I wonder, we might get the Necronomicon next floor, and if we do, it might actually just be correct for us to... One sec. It might end up being correct for us to not upgrade the Mind Blast, just so that we can play it twice. What the hell? Okay, a lot of the things on my PC aren't working at the moment. Like a copy of Terra, happily. It's a little disconcerting. Blue Candle. Unplayable curse cards can now be played. Whenever you play a curse, lose 1 HP and exhaust it. Sure, I intend to put more curses in the deck. I don't have enough draw to take that deflect without being sad about it. Okay, so Steroid Potion seems totally applicable here. Okay, so 9 through 12. So this is 36 to a target, and then... Yeah, okay. And we'll murder you and start focusing on your allies. Shouldn't be too bad. 1 hit against the frontliner, and then a double damage hit against the backliner here. Ooh, that would have been the ideal. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. Goodbye, Century, and hello to Dreamcatcher. Whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. I'll take another copy of Dash. Just thickening up that deck. Sweet. If I can end the turn, end the fight, rather, with just under 10 charges on the pen nib, then I'm in a really good position to open a fight with a giant Mind Blast. Unfortunately, I think if I don't rest here, I die. Take another copy of Dash, though. Dash is providing the defense that this deck doesn't necessarily already have. No need to play the Glass Knife there. Should have played the other Stab, though, just to increment the pen nib. Guess I'm not playing to perfect boss fights. I mean, as soon as I started to use the mayhem in this combat, I was saying, hey, I'm not playing to perfect boss fights, because that was not possible at that point. Hell, with the whole deck archetype I've gone for, I've effectively decided that. Come on, impactful card. Alright, well, I guess that counts. Unload just played for free by Mayhem. We end up with, yikes, definitely not Grand Finale, probably not Nightmare. Storm of Steel actually also doesn't seem too good for us. I'll take Storm of Steel, but I'm not super keen on it. Black Star. Elites drop an additional relic when defeated. The fact that we can hunt elites so aggressively because we can fly at all times so we don't have to care about pathing, that means that I feel like that's going to be the better idea. So we can take one elite here, then one elite here, take a rest, take another elite in 2 spaces, and then, okay, so we only get 3 maximum elites this floor. Not the best we've ever had, but full stop. It's also not the worst. I played them in that order to make sure that I end up with the pen nib on my next attack. Yeah. Pre-upgraded backflip, sure. Ooh, membership card, 50% discount on all products. Then I would even be able to take the crippling cloud thereafter. Oh, but Mind Blast, and I am intending on thinking up my deck. So I can't take the membership card and then Mind Blast is the big problem here. So then I think I just take Mind Blast. Yep. My goal now is literally just put as many cards in my deck as is humanly possible. So take that, take that, take that. Oh, come on! Necronomicon, Necronomicon, Necronomicon! And Caridian. At the start of each combat, add a random power card to your hand. It costs 0 this combat. Sorry, 0 this turn, I think it actually is. So 27 2 times over is 54, so I can just kill a target with that. The problem is I don't have enough energy to play it. I do need extra energy if I can find that somewhere. That would be very much appreciated. Thankfully, we have the Happy Flower providing a little bit of that already, but would definitely like some more. Alright, well, Terra Bane the backliner. They're 2 stabs from dead now. Hell, I'm actually going to use an attack potion here to try and find, nice, just something to kill the backliner for me. Rather not lose too much HP here if I can avoid it. Unless I draw Skewer next turn, I'm going to need the double damage from having played Strike this turn as well. I ended up drawing Skewer. Okay, so that was wrong. Pre-upgraded Crippling Cloud, sure. Outmaneuver would have been an interesting way to get some more energy in this deck, but I think playing it would have been so cost inefficient. We'll take the Relic here, because 3 strength on the first turn is just extra damage on my Mind Blasts. It's like having 3 more cards in the deck. Ooh, 3,000 cuts. Neat. I also get to Crippling Cloud here. Oh, lovely. To weaken the enemy primarily, we'll burn out the injury. Do I want to full defend? I think I kind of have to. And then I rely on my Thorns dealing a ridiculous amount of damage in this combat. Alright, so we're still yet to take damage, but I guarantee we will. Ta-da! Told you. Snack Eye would actually be really good for this deck. Well, I don't really get too much choice in how I play that turn, unfortunately. Neat. So I've set myself up for the Pendim to be ready at the start of the next combat. We get Strawberry, max HP raised by 7, as well as the Centennial Puzzle. The first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. That'll help offset the cost of playing our first curse out of the deck. I'll take another Flying Knee as another aggressive card that gives me a little bit more energy as well. Too late. Infinite Blades isn't too impactful here, unfortunately. But I can just straight up delete a target from the field, so let's do that. All that attack would have been a really, really nice thing to double the effect of. You know what? I'm just going to full defend. We've got time. We don't have the pressure of the backliner. We can wait. Okay. Smallest damage first until largest, just so that I can increment the Pendim as much as possible. Gremlin Horn, whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card, as well as the Juzu Bracelet, normally being encounters and no longer encountered in question mark rooms. Eviscerate is pre-upgraded, but also garbage. Well, that's pretty good. I still want to just smith cards, but I guess the more cards I'm including in the deck, the less impactful that is. Actually, you know what? No, both of those Mind Blasts need to be smithed. They need to be playable in the opening hand. Molten Egg, whenever you add an attack card, rather, to the deck, upgrade it. Weakening all of the enemies here is really important. Alright. So I ended up taking 4 damage this turn. Not too bad. Could have been one hell of a lot worse, I'll say that much. Easy. Dash for an insta-kill as well as a card draw, thank you. And now I'll entirely focus on the backliner, convinced that I'll be able to kill that backliner in the next turn. If I could, it'd look a lot like this. Tori, whenever you receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1, as well as War Paint. Upon pickup, upgrade to random skills. Nice, we'll take another Dash. Is that a 4th copy of Dash, I think? Remove a card from the deck. Okay, do I start removing curses? Because I haven't picked up any more curses yet. I would have to pick up 4 curses next floor for injury to actually be, you know, important as an element of it. How many rare cards do I have in the deck? I have 4 rare cards in the deck. Okay, so I don't want to remove those. For the Pauper skill bonus, you get 50 extra points if you have no rare cards in your entire deck. Glass Knife, Die. I mean, look. I want to take Die so I can also go for a card removal. And just some of those garbage cards we still have in the deck. Alright, smith the other Mind Blast. I know I'm removing cards and I'm also trying to run a Mind Blast deck, I'm well aware. Remove all strikes, obtain 5 bites. Beautiful. Those bites get pre-upgraded by the Molten Egg. We're going to be able to heal up in combats reasonably. We'll make Mayhem cost 1 as well. Reducing the cost of anything that costs 2 makes it so much more playable for us. I want to play Metamorphosis, but I'm pretty sure that it should be Bite, Mind Blast, Mind Blast. No, because I don't kill the Bronze Automaton for a while. I need to focus on killing other targets. Or being ready to kill other targets, at least. Okay, those are going to be okay, I guess. I really want to heal up. Survivor plus some sort of a bite here seems like a good idea. Double damage on our next play. Oh, thank you for taking the Rampanalia out of the deck. I actually don't really want that one back. If you could see your way to keeping it from me, would be muchly appreciated. Got him. What a hand and a half right there. Neat. Didn't get to play the Mayhem that turn, but still everything else went reasonably. I want a Crippling Cloud here so that I can start getting the enemy vulnerable to being weakened or made vulnerable. Vulnerable used there as a word first and then a keyword second. I'll get the extra energy for the next turn as well because I feel like that could be important. So I don't get to weaken the enemy this turn. I didn't draw the Neutralize. I didn't draw the Dark Shackles. Also don't get to make them vulnerable this turn. Extremely ow. At the very least, we have this 0-cost choke in here. So we'll neutralize first, then play the choke. Then play as many cards as I can play after that. I would play the Cloak and Dagger, but I want the extra energy and I want the extra HP from these bites, so they take priority. Dash Storm of Steel is the most defense that I can generate this turn. It's not amazing, but it'll keep us alive. It's at the very least functional. Alright. See if we can actually make it out of this fight. Mind Blast, only for 14 this turn, though. Hell yeah. And let's go Mind Blast Dash. Come on. Almost every hand here should have enough lethal. Should have enough lethal to be lethal. After Image makes a bunch of sense for this deck. Ooh, Ring of the Serpent, rather. Replaces Ring of the Snake. At the start of your turn, draw 1 additional card. The big problem that we have right now is that I want the energy, but Velvet Choker is a garbage way to get it. We could take the Calling Bell. We have the blue candle, so we can play out those curses. Those 3 curses are also just padding for the deck for the sake of the Mind Blast. Bag of Marbles at the start of each combat apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies, as well as Sundial and Calipers. Sundial being every 3 times you shuffle your deck, gain 2 energy, as well as Calipers at the start of your turn lose 15 block rather than all of it. The Bag of Marbles is actually the least rare of those relics, but it's also going to be the most impactful for us, simply because being able to Mind Blast targets on the first turn for a ridiculous amount of damage is huge. For example. Got him. Another Flying Knee there, happily. Yeah, I'll actually take as many of these as I can. Ooh, Dramatic Entrance as well. Neat. Trip is huge also. None of these are particularly good for us. I'll take a magnetism. Literally just to pad out that deck. Quick Slash would be better if I had more energy. Deflect and Calculated Gamble are things that we have to start considering because we don't have enough energy to play a bunch of things, so. And I'll also take Quick Slash. Gotta thicken up that deck, damn it! Oh, hell yeah. We're doing this. 100%. Definitely should have played Pain first. That's my bad. It was going to be a different curse in our hand. Got him. And we get Prayer Wheel. Normal enemies drop an additional card reward. Beautiful. Take the Deflect there. And, ooh, only 61 gold for the red mask there. More than happy to take it. Thank you very much. Applies 1 weak to all enemies at the start of each combat. I probably shouldn't Crippling Cloud here. So lowest damage to highest. Oh, no, it's not lowest to highest because we've got the Pen Nib. So it's lowest to highest save for the Pen Nib. So it looks like we'll take 9 damage this whole combat, basically, at this rate. Definitely have to play every bite that seems available to me. Just to heal back up. Sweet. Possible I get to kill without actually attacking this turn. If I can do that, I'll be happy about it. I can't, it's fine. The Courier. The merchant restocks cards, relics, and potions, and all prices decrease by 20%, as well as Matryoshka. The next 2 non-boss chests you open contain 2 relics, as well as, you know what, I will take the outmaneuver this time. Another elite. Just hunts and elites. That's all I care about. Go to the backliner, and then the next one. Come on, and find me lethal. Hey! Good turn. Anchor, start each combat with 10 block, as well as you can no longer become frail from the turnip. Another flying knee, just thickening up this deck. Summit Fierce at this point. Slice makes a little bit more sense just because of the deck. So does Good Instincts, actually. Take Good Instincts. Alright. Shouldn't have gone to the shop space. Should have gone to a normal combat space instead. That's entirely my bad. Potion Belt. The pump pick up gain 2 potion slots as well as a Snecko Skull. Whenever you apply a poison, apply 1 additional poison. Neat. We occasionally apply poison. That might be relevant to us at some point. Llama. Darkstone Periapt, whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6, as well as whenever you rest, heal an additional 15 HP, as well as a Ghost in a Jar for 1 intangibility. Neat, 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 neat. 1 more elite, and this is our final. Do I want a Wraith Form here? Yeah, I'm probably not going to be in this fight for long enough for it to be an actual bother to me. So instead, I should take advantage of it being able to block almost every damage next turn. Never mind, we won't even damage this turn, so... all's well that ends well, I guess. And now the damage begins. I had to play the energy potion there because it was really important that I get the weakness out as well as all those other effects. Thank you. Neat. There goes the giant head, and we pick up Toxic Egg whenever you get a skill card to your deck upgraded, as well as Pantograph at the start of boss combat, heal for 25 HP, as well as... Hell, I'll take a Sucker Punch. We don't have enough weakness in this deck yet. After Image is actually huge, but putting that in my opening hand is actually a little bit difficult to accomplish a lot of the time, I feel. Just because there's so many other things in my opening hand competing for being played. Upgrade all cards, but I can no longer rest is rough. I could get one more curse here, but the problem with that is I would need one curse in the next space, and that's not incredibly likely. So I'll go for the rare relic here. Boom. Birdface Urn, when it... Ooh, backstab in the opening hand as well. Nice. But Birdface Urn, whenever you play a power card, heal for 2 HP. Yeah, this was just an upgrade. Neat. Magnetism costing 1. Yeah. Extending weakness for another turn is actually really important. Crippling Cloud doesn't extend its weakness, it extends its poison when you upgrade it. I think I'll upgrade the Glass Knife just to give us a little bit more damage output. Okay, dramatic. Backstab. Definitely Mind Blast, Mind Blast. So poison you and generate from the Power Potion. Bad time to do that generation, but it's okay. I'll keep the Wraith Form in hand because I also have a well-laid plans. Oh, is it already time to play Wraith Form? Apparently it's already time to play Wraith Form. No one told me. That's why I find it weird, but yeah. It's already time to play Wraith Form. I guess it is. I want to hold on to the Terror, but more than that, I want to hold on to the Wraith Form. Thank you for not discarding the Wraith Form. 2, 3. Gonna be trying to deal 28 damage this turn. Yeah, I'm definitely not just naturally defending against that one, so... You did it. You got me. I don't think we have the ability to kill next turn with only, what, 7 cards played for that much HP, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, we can't. That's okay. Just have to make sure that I play up to the full 12 that turn. Check that a gamble automatically played itself. Thanks for that, I guess. So I could dash twice here, but I'm still not going to be fully defended. Weakening the enemy removes, what? 7.5, so 8 points of damage from them. But this is also 8 on the block, so I guess we just do that. Crippling Cloud. Then Storm of Steel plus each of those attacks. No. Should just be a dash. This is where life starts being rough for us. Discard the dash because the rest of this hand is actually really usable. Only get to play 2 cards next turn. But the enemy has been ruthlessly attacking a bunch, so I wouldn't be surprised if they took this turn off. Never mind, they don't, and we played a pain. Neat. Dash for as much impact as I can possibly get there. Come on. Pick up. Lame. I was really hoping to pick up my Mind Blasts and have them affected by the Pen Nib. Unfortunately, we already affected something else with the Pen Nib that I didn't really want to. That's okay. That happens from time to time. Weaken the enemy for another turn, because that's actually going to be really impactful. Let's hold on to this Skewer. I think we've already lost, but let's give it a go. I only get to play 5 cards this turn, so 4, sorry. Got him. With exactly my last card on probably the exact last turn that I could have lived. Neat. 1,118, not too good, but not too bad. We got 3 copies for Collector. We got I Like Shiny for plus 25 relics. Encyclopedian for a deck of at least 50 cards. We could have, had we held on to the first curse, had 5 curses, so the curses modifier for an extra 100. We have Overkill pretty easily with this deck as well. Lightspeed, I could have moved a little bit faster, so I could have gotten the higher score bonus for that. Money, I mean, getting 1,000 is basically the most that you can really reliably get in a run that doesn't give you a modifier that gives you extra money. We took down every available elite. We didn't perfect, and we didn't make... we didn't perfect the elites or the bosses much at all. So that's going to be a huge amount of the score that's missing there. But with the deck that we specifically chose, like the archetype we specifically chose, it wasn't too likely we'd do that often. So what, it looks like 29th, but the run has only been out for just over 6 hours. So I have to imagine that we're going to be consistently knocked down. For the moment, though, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time.